It's not been a happy morning if you're an English cricket supporter, because it's been all India in the first session of day 3. This is ESPN Cricket for Match Day, and just to talk about how this game stands and how it's fast slipping away from England is former England batsman Jonathan Trott. Trotty, not a good morning for some of the guys that you've played with.
No, certainly not. But they started really well, didn't they? Jake Ball with the early breakthrough, and good of Alistair Cook also for him to go. Yes, exactly. So I'm saying really good sort of instinctive decision. I think it would have been normally you'd go through more experienced players. So good bit of captaincy there from Alistair, but it just hasn't gone his way since then. But also the class of the Indian batsmen, you're getting to see that now. How they play spin, how they manipulate the ball, really, really good. And the captain, he's looking good again, isn't he, Virat Kohli?
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of swagger about the Indian batsmen now. Yesterday, Parthiv Patel at the press conference says, we don't need to take on the English spinners because they're going to bowl a bad ball anyway, so we don't need to sweep them or hit them over the top. He also said that in Mohali, when it wasn't helping, now the difference in class is apparent. All of a sudden, it seems like India's batsmen have got this prowess or the superiority. Is that sort of showing now?
Yeah, it's interesting. Certainly 2-0 up in the series. You certainly have a bit of swagger or confidence about you, perhaps a little bit of arrogance, but you need that in cricket. You need to be confident in your own ability and also your team's ability. But it's going to be interesting when he comes into bat. He's going to see what happens.
We're going to watch that in the next session or maybe later, hopefully. But just to assess how the England spinners have bowled, are they missing a spinner in hindsight, or are they just not getting their spinners in Rashid and Moeen bowling well enough?
I think it's a case of both. I think they've lacked that confidence and perhaps under the scrutiny of going to the subcontinent. Moeen Ali says that he perhaps is not a frontline spinner. He sees himself more as a batsman, so his spin bowling's more a sort of work in progress and trying to improve. I think Rashid's always struggled with his accuracy. He's always been very talented, had lots of options, variations, but just that knack of being able to land 6 or 7 balls in the right area one after another, he's always struggled with.
Liam Dawson in hindsight, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. Again, it's a case of, do you select a guy who wasn't previously on the tour ahead of a spinner like Gareth Batty, who was first selected in the touring party, and then the Jennings decision was forced because of injury, but Gareth Batty's not injured. I think Gareth Batty's a very, very good bowler in his own right, but also the frontline spinner in England in county cricket is not on tour, so it's there are a few head scratching sort of things. But they've got to make do with what they've got at the moment.
I guess things that they need to ponder after this series is over, maybe after this test. Let's take the attention to the Indian batsmen now and how good they've been. Murali Vijay, he doesn't seem like he's got too many flaws as a batsman. It's hard work for a bowler when he's deep into his innings.
No, he scores all around the ground, but at ease, he doesn't look rushed as well at times. He was quite happy to face 10 balls on 99. He knew what his game was about and how he was going to go about, scoring 100. He played really well. Had a bit of luck. I think he had a miss-stumping, which is a difficult chance, but, you need that in cricket. And, very, very well played. Fantastic occasion to score 100 at the Wankhede Stadium. It's a fantastic feeling.
Little things going his way. There was a review that he got successfully overturned, but you, on your first look at it, said there could have been more to it.
Well, when you look from side on, it looks as if perhaps this clips the pad. And obviously, because the pad is a soft piece of equipment, it's only until you see the indentation do you think that it perhaps has hit it after the bat. But I just think because the bat's sort of just behind the pad a little bit, I think it could have clipped the front of the pad. So again, I think quite rightly so, and certainly in today's day and age with the benefit of the doubt going to the batsman. It's not obviously an MCC rule, but it's just a sort of a go-to fact when umpiring. So I like that, being a batsman myself.
Just going to say.
A bit of benefit of the doubt from the batsman.
All right, and now let's take it how things stand. This game is fast slipping away from England. There's still 153 runs that India need to get. But can we see things getting trickier as the day goes on, or is this going to be all India?
Well, they're going to have to be some stern words spoken at lunch. I think they've scored over 3 and over here, especially when you get an early wicket in a session. You like to think that session, the scoring rate's going to be a little bit slow, and they're eating into that lead now. So they're going to have to get their heads on, find a way, new ball around the corner. Not quite sure whether there's going to be a lot of seam movement, obviously, or whether that's going to be a help for the spinners. A bit more extra bounce, harder ball, but don't forget harder ball. It's easier to score with as well. It comes off the bat a lot nicer.
In fairness, it's an inexperienced bunch of batsmen coming up, so we're not ruling England out just yet.
No, I think with a new ball around the corner, but like to Jimmy Anderson, Jake Ball, the seamers are perhaps going to have to get a breakthrough somewhere and then get a little open up an end for the spinners. They can create a pressure, but everyone's going to have to play a part. And also, if they get a chance, a half chance, they've got to take it because they've got to get a few wickets and put that Indian batting lineup under pressure.
After it's gone so well, who do you start with in this session? How does Alistair Cook approach?
Well, there's only a few
flat
overs.
session?
There's only a few overs to the new ball, so you probably see a little bit of spin. Perhaps Ben Stokes. Try and keep it a little bit quiet. To Jake Ball, perhaps. So there's various options, and I think that's the thing for Alistair Cook. He's got so many options. He's got 6 options here. He's not quite sure.
Yeah.
I think generally which way to go. So whichever way it goes, they've got to do the job and take responsibility.
All right, let's see how it goes. We'll get your thoughts at the end of the day. Thank you, Jonathan Trott. And of course, you can catch all the analysis from Trotty as well as Saurav Ganguly at the end of the day. 10 p.m. India time on our full analysis show, ESPN Cricket for Matchday. For now, the attention back to the Wankhede Stadium where England have a job to do.